Okay.
All right, we're on.
Okay, I guess we're going. Welcome to Southridge High School tonight for a game between the home team Southridge Skyhawks and the visiting Aloha Warriors. My name's Kyle Pinnell and I'm joined by Henry Swint, and we will be providing coverage tonight throughout the game.
Yes, thank you, Kyle. Here tonight, we're going to have a great game tonight. Southridge is 10-4 so far this season, taking on a win over Mountainside last Friday.
Yeah, it was quite a win, wasn't it?
That was.
I mean, this game it's going to be a good one. And, I mean, for us here at Southridge, this is our mock broadcast, and hopefully if this is a success, we can continue on with it, provide you guys some graphics and features still to come, but for a test run, if we're up and running and you can hear us, then it's going well.
Absolutely. This will be great to continue on next year and for years to come.
Yeah. Okay, we are about 2 minutes from tip-off here at Southridge. Teams are finishing their warm-ups. Henry, you excited about this game? I mean, after that Mountainside game, I know you were there taking photos.
Oh, I'm absolutely excited. Mikael Meek scored 35 points on Mountainside. He's one of the state's leading scorers So I'm very excited to see what they have in store tonight. Also, special shout out to Imani Reed. It is her 18th birthday today, so happy birthday, Imani.
It is her birthday today, indeed, and she's averaging 3.6 points a game this season. But talking to Bergman earlier today, he said she's provided everything she's been asked of. So, I mean, if she can get going today on her birthday, it would be really special. And now the band seems to be playing Happy Birthday. I think it's for Imani.
Yes, there it is.
Hopefully it'll be a special game for her.
There
But
we go. Happy
team's
birthday,
making their way to the bench. Here we go. 38 seconds. We'll be back with you after anthems.
Happy birthday, Imani. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please stand if you can and remove your hats for the playing of tonight's national anthem by the Southridge High
All right, that was the Southridge band with the national anthem. Thank you, band. And now we're going to start with intros, starting with our visitors, Aloha Warriors.
We're going to send you over to Weinberg now as he prepares to introduce the teams.
Number 10, 856 junior point guard, Angie Rodriguez. Number 13, 859 senior playing the post, Kendra Hutchinson. Number 21, 55 senior playing guard, Jay England. And number 34, 857 junior playing guard, JC Byers. Warriors are coached by Katie Wilson. And now, let's be starting five for your Southridge Skyhawks. Number 10, 857, senior playing guard and National League Player of the Week, McKell. Number 12, 6'1" junior playing guard, Maya Hawk. Number 14, 859 senior playing the wing, Kyle Vincent. Number 24, 6'0" junior playing the wing, Kyler Dawkins. And number 25, 5'7", senior playing guard, Caitlin Blair. Lots of coached by Michael Bird and assisted by the Skyhawks, Simpson and Hannibal, and the manager, Bella Rubico.
Okay, it looks like we are getting ready to tip here at Southridge. Teams about ready to be out on the court here.
All righty.
Aloha again is 3-13. Southridge is 11-4. Southridge undefeated in the Metro League as well as Aloha, who has yet to win. It'll be interesting to see if Aloha can pick up their first win here at Southridge or Southridge keeps on trucking.
All right, doing the jump, we have Southridge's own Kylan Dawkins going against Aloha's number 13, Kendra Hutchinson.
Kendra Hutchinson and the Skyhawks win the tip, and it's back tip to McKell Meek. Off comes across the middle, pass to Kaylin out wide. Gets it to Kyla, back to McKell. McKell's gonna take a drive to start this game, and she's gonna get a roll off the rim. Skyhawks with the offensive rebound. Kaylin sets it back up, out to Maya. Maya goes out to Vincent, and Vincent gets the layup to fall for the Skyhawks opening points. I mean, she's having a great year this season with 8.3 points per game, second on the team. What do you think of that?
I think that was great. I think a key part of this game is going to be those second chance points. As you saw, they got that rebound after, and I especially played a role in the Mountainside game last Friday.
Yes.
When McKell got the second chance points, it really helped them out get up on the board.
Yeah, and Bergman was telling me earlier, the Hawks want to push the tempo, force Aloha to play fast as they do a majority of their opponents this year. You see, Kaylin gets the rebound there, and it's off. McKell's open on the right wing. She gets the ball. She's going to take the shot. And she's going to miss that one, but McKell is a deadly shooter. When she gets going, she is averaging 7.1 three-point field goal attempts per game and converting over 2 of them. So she can hit it from outside. Skyhawks are going to get inside, and the shot is going to be missed. The ball is passed inside, out to Byers. Ball gets placed inside to Hutchinson. And now it's out to Rodriguez, who's going to drive baseline. Passes it out to Byers, who misses the jumper, and it looks like it was out. Last touch by Maya Hoff. So Aloha's going to get a second chance here. Now the Skyhawks have a pretty lengthy lineup, as you can see by Hoff taking on Boskovich. And Mengele is going to take the pass out to Byers. Who passes to Boskovich in the corner. She's going to take on Blair. throw a shot up, and that's way off, rebounded by Dawkins, who's going to push the pace here. She finds Mikkel. Mikkel gets trapped in the corner. She finds Vincent going for 3, and she hits that one. That is 5 for her.
Skyhawks have been very strong in their outside shooting this year. Particularly, we have Mikkel Meek as well as, let's see, we have also Kayla Blair and also Kyla Vincent.
Who just knocked down that 3, and now Aloha's going to come right back. Mingua has the ball. And the pass by Rodriguez doesn't hit to her target. And the Skyhawks are going to take over. I mean, they're forcing turnovers early. As you can see, Aloha's going to be sitting back here a little bit as Mikkel dribbles the ball up. Here comes Hoff with the screen. Going to give it to Blair. Now the high-low game to Kylan Dawkins with Maya Hoff. A basket. And here's the Skyhawks high pressing lineup right here, trying to force some turnovers, not letting Aloha leave their own backcourt. Hoff is very versatile and really helps in that front.
Oh yeah, that press is really powerful. That's really gotten them some good steals this season also. Yeah,
and you can see her length. She's been with the Skyhawks playing varsity since freshman year, and she's contributed to a pair of titles too.
And Maya Hoff has got that wingspan in those arms, so she can really stretch those arms out, get that defensive. Maya takes that 3.
And she takes it. Yeah. Maya, I mean, she's recovering from a jaw injury near the beginning of the season, but she's been back the last few games, especially the Metro schedule, and even though her numbers aren't as strong as they've been in years past, I mean, she contributes in so many ways, as you can see on this trap right here, which Aloha passes out of, and Mikkel's going to try getting out to Mingua, who shoots the 3, and that's off, rebounded by Maya Hoff. Hoff finds Dawkins a little too high, but it does go off Aloha, and the Skyhawks retain the ball.
That's tipped by Aloha's number 34, J.C. Byers.
Yes, and in comes Sierra Winchester for Kendra Hutchinson. And as Maya prepares to take this inbound, you can kind of see Kyla and Kaylin both open, and it's going to be Dawkins who lays it up and in for an easy 2-point bucket. Bergman's right below us, yelling for pressure, and the Skyhawks get it, but not without the foul. So it's going to help Aloha reset possession here, but you can see the Skyhawks press is as heavy as ever. And here comes Imani. Let's see if she can get on the board on her birthday today. That ball's immediately stolen in the pass to Mikkel. Mikkel's going to take the pull-up jumper.
Rebound by Imani.
Yep. Second chance points right there. That's what Imani does fast here. I got to Hoff. And Kyla's going to drive and take the shot, which is
off. Maya again. Oh, up again.
There's
and
Maya.
There we go.
Maya for the putback, like we've been saying. Maya's having a great start to this game tonight. And of course, Mikkel attempted that elbow jumper. It didn't fall, but it has been recently, as evidenced 35 against Mountainside, 37 against Benson earlier in the season, and she is actually the leading scorer in Metro, if not the state, averaging about 25.7 points a game. And Boscovate is sets with the foul. And Jewel Miners coming in for Kylan Dawkins.
Aloha still has yet to score in this first quarter. Let's see if we can hold it down for the rest of the quarter.
Yeah, it's 14-0 right now, and they're struggling to get out of their own end, but I mean, Bergman and his team are doing exactly what they want to.
With 3:30 left in the first quarter, we got Mikkel setting up a play. Aloha's keeping their pressure on, keeping those widespread arms, watching that outside.
Looking into the zone, but Mikkel's going to take that 3, and that one's off. Slow start for Mikkel, but as we know, she is capable of taking over at a moment's notice. Now, Byers is going to take the shot, and that's off. Mikkel with the rebound. Spacing is going well for the Skyhawks here, and she's going to take the pull-up jumper, and this time,
all right,
she gets it to fall. Now, Mikkel, like I said, averages 7.1 three-point shots a game, but she also gets to the line for 9.8 free throws, so she can take the 3 and drive inside. And of course, she had a driving winning layup against Central Catholic earlier in the preseason. Ball's out to Mingua, who's going to take Meek, goes for the floater, and it's nothing, and Miner with the rebound, who gets fouled.
Jewel Minor on defense. She's following that ball and keeping up with her player at the same time. She does not hold back from getting right in that player's face to make sure she does not get past.
And I mean, Bergman just sent Caitlin Stellingworth, the freshman guard, to the table. And she's going to check in for Mikkel, who's coming off a made shot. And I mean, we got a pretty young lineup in with Jewel and Caitlin, and Amani's still in there.
Absolutely, but then then again, Mikkel needs that break. She was almost in for the entirety of the game last Friday against Mountainside, so it's good to get her that break she needs to keep on going for today's game against Aloha.
And it's going to be Jewel in the corner. And that three's off, but Vincent gets the rebound, and she just can't get the putback here. As you can see, the Skyhawks press is stifling, and there's Amani with the rebound, and she's
so close.
Just off on that layup attempt. And then she's going to foul. Now, I mean, it may not show it in the score line, 16-0, but earlier on in the preseason, Aloha is capable of putting up big numbers in the 30s and 40s. Just as soon as they've hit this Metro streak, I mean, it's a testament to how difficult these Metro League teams are. And that's shown here again tonight with a Southridge team that's been to each of the last 3 state championships.
There's that press to get Jewel Minor right up in the face of Aloha's own number 10, Angie Rodriguez.
Yeah,
there we go, getting that possession back, going toward the Skyhawk ball.
What do you think of this up-tempo press right here, Amy?
That's a pretty good, you know, Bergman always has them going hard right there in the first quarter, kind of get that pressure, kind of get that mindset like, hey, we're here to play, and that's what they've shown so far today in the first quarter.
Yeah, and I mean, they're picking up right where they left off against Mountainside.
Absolutely.
Just controlling the tempo of this game.
Caitlin Stellingworth,
yep,
to Maya Hoff.
She finds Hoff there, back to Stellingworth. Jewel's open in the middle, looking for a high-low, but Amani isn't open, but Maya's going to take the ball in. Can't get that one to go, and it's going to be off Southridge possession to Aloha. Aloha is a smaller team than the Skyhawks, one undoubtedly, but they play hard and they fight, and according to Bergman, I mean, he told his team to watch out for that today, because despite the hole they're in, they're just going to keep on fighting here. And I mean, the Skyhawks are back in an aggressive defensive scheme here, and the ball is going to get passed down to JC Byers.
Oh, that double team on the 21 for Aloha, and here comes Tyler Vincent down the court. She's going to be driving, she's trying to keep that eye out for an open player. Out to Hoff.
Yep.
Out to Minor.
Who's going to hit?
Minor for 3. Oh,
that was off. Yeah, but I mean, the Skyhawks without a true point guard in the game right now. It'll be interesting to see this lineup as Allison Morley, the sophomore, 5'6" sophomore, checks in for Vincent. It'll be interesting to see who takes over ball handling duties here.
That's to Allison Morley.
Morley's going to find Reed. Back to Hoff, as the Skyhawks are really doing a good job at passing around, and Hoff just can't get that baseline jumper to fall. And coming the other way is Byers. He's handled a lot of the ball for Aloha today.
Rodriguez against Minor.
Rodriguez
up and blocked by Hoff. Oh, but the foul by Maya Hoff.
It's going to be a blocking foul. She thought she got all ball, but I think it was a little bit of a hip check at the end. I mean, Southridge, this is a younger team from the teams that went to the state titles in years previous, as Rodriguez gets ready to attempt the first free throw. They only have 4 seniors this year, and they have a young core behind Maya, who's going to be a senior next year. They're set for another good season, but of course, they want to get to the trials and make it as far as they can this season.
Absolutely. And when I was talking to the seniors during some interviews I did earlier, they're all talking about how they want to wish all their fellow teammates farewell and the best of luck, and that they will always be one Skyhawk and always a Skyhawk.
Yes. Yes, they did. Jules going to get in the corner. She's trapped there. And the ball is going to make its way over to Morley, who finds Stellingworth. And Aloha's really getting up on tight on the Southridge here, and Amani's going to get the ball in the post.
From the foul line.
From the foul line, the shot's just off. Amani with the rebound and gets fouled going up for 2. And I mean, the last game against Mountainside was huge. This game, of course, Aloha has been struggling in the Metro season, but they're still a Metro team. They're a hard opponent. And their next game's a huge one, too, against Beaverton, who, talking to coaches around the league earlier in the season, they believe is the favorite as Amani will get her first point on her birthday. Maybe that can heat her up for the next few possessions, but Beaverton is a hard team. They have 3 Division I players in both the Eric Strip sisters, Mary Kay Nero. They've been a challenge to every team so far. But that's for next week as Aloha takes back over.
4 seconds left.
4 seconds left here in the quarter.
Big by lead.
Winchester going to go for it. It's going to be called a jump ball, but that's the quarter. It's 18-1 Southridge. So
Powerful first quarter by the Hawks. They really showed that defensive initiative. And they're going to go take a rest, and we'll be coming back in the second quarter shortly.
Yeah, I mean, they're taking care of business, and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, the second quarter is about to begin here at Southridge, 18-1 Skyhawks. Of course, this is the number 10 ranked team in the state playing against the number 50. But I mean, the Skyhawks are taking care of business so far.
Oh, there's a wild pass by Aloha.
Yeah, and that ball's going to be turned over on the inbound. So Skyhawks will take over, mostly starters back in with Kaylin, McKell, Maya, Kylan, and Kyla.
We got Blair checking in the ball up to Maya Hoff.
Yep, and I mean, she can get going, Blair can, against Central Catholic in the preseason. Hit 5 threes in the first half. Then went cold after that, but when she's open, she can hit her open shots.
And so it looks like Bergman has set back out his opening lineup.
Yep.
We got McKell Meek driving into the hoop, passes back out to Vincent, out to Hoff. Hoff all the way over to Blair.
It's Kylan in the post, who gets a nice give and go with Maya, but she just hits the front of the rim there. And it's rebounded as Aloha takes over. Rodriguez is dribbling up, taken on by Maya. Out to Byers. Byers is going to drive baseline at McKell, and Maya's right there on the help line for the ball and the deflection. And the Skyhawks did get fouled there. So, I mean, Aloha's a team that utilizes more of a man and zone scheme here, and you can kind of see that in the way they've been playing. In the past, teams have been known to box and one McKell Meek when she gets going, and that just means it's a zone defense with principles to take away McKell, which is easier said than done, of course. They've done a good job so far tonight as Hoff gets it back over to McKell at the free throw line, and Dawkins is going to take a little drop step shot that's off and rebounded by Aloha.
We got Megwita coming down the court, looking for someone to get the ball to. Driving in.
And yeah, she's going to be fouled by Hoff right there.
That is Hoff's second foul of the game.
Yeah, I mean, Bergman's telling Hoff to keep her hands up. There's really no reason for those fouls right there this early in the game with 6 minutes, 56 seconds remaining until half.
Yes, indeed. The Skyhawks is, in fact, a physical team. They really get in the face, especially McKell Meek, especially that Mountainside game. She would be charging toward that hoop, and even someone threw herself, she would try to get up to that basket no matter what. So they really proved how physical they could get in this game.
You know what's really interesting with McKell? I mean, she handles the majority of the ball.
Oh, absolutely.
But her turnover rate's only 11%, despite all that handling it that much. So she does well at taking care of the ball. Of course, she's a volume shooter, and when she's on, I mean, it's something to see here. And she'll get the ball back up top. She's going to find Kylan with a nice pass and an easy layup.
There we go. Those skills demonstrated by Meek when she is planning on going to University of Portland to play for her dad, who is the coach of the girls basketball program up at U of T. Hopefully those skills is going to suit her well when she goes on next year as a freshman.
I mean, And that's going to be a foul on the Skyhawks. But speaking of Meek, I mean, looking at into the top corner, looking at some of the banners here, he's responsible for a large amount of them in the early 2000s. You can see 2005, 6, 7, and 8, all under Meek here, and he went on. He followed Oregon State's phenomenal women's head coach, Recker, at George Fox University, and he's helped continue a successful program there before moving to the University of Portland at his time.
That's good. Meek had a great role model. Her dad showed her how women basketball really play, so that's a great inspiration for her to keep on going as she graduates high school and college basketball.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think of, college hoops? Have you seen any of Oregon State or Oregon? Did you watch the Civil War?
I haven't seen. I've watched a few of the games. I haven't watched the basketball, but I've seen games in the past. And Oregon and Oregon State, they definitely have great programs. They've showed determination in the past, and they are definitely some very physical teams, just like our Skyhawks. I
mean, that's Sabrina Ionescu of Oregon. She's very special. I've been watching her. I went to the Civil War game last year. Two talented teams just 2 hours south of here. As Aloha inbounds the ball to Rodriguez. Here she's taken on by Vinson. Up at the top. She's going to swing it over to Manglois. She's going to take on Hoff. Hoff's just length is too much right now, as she is tasked with guarding the ball for the majority of it. Pass to Boscovich, who drives at the baseline. She does get fouled by Hoff, who looks to be approaching foul trouble. There's still 6 minutes left in the half, so something Bergman's going to have to watch, and let's see what he does with his lineup here. It's her second personal according to Weinberg, so I think if she gets one more, she might be done for the half to keep her ready. And ball's going to be inbounded here to Manglois, who can't get the left-handed floater to go, and it's going to be rebounded by Dawkins. She finds Blair, who finds Dawkins.
Oh, wide open shot for that layup, and in, and there it goes.
That's how you run the floor, and it's 22-1. But these Skyhawks, I mean, they're preparing for that game next week against Beaverton, and they get the steal right there as Dawkins, or Hoff finds Dawkins, and McKell's going to go and take the
shot.
Free throw line jumper, and I mean, money right there. Ball's inbounded to Manglois, back to Rodriguez. This time it's going to be Vincent on Rodriguez as Hoff takes Manglois, and McKell is guarding Byers up top.
Oh, it just hits it out of bounds.
Yeah, they can't control that pass right there.
They really get those controlled passes. They've already had a few turnovers scored just from uncontrolled passes. They got to make sure they got those in check.
Yes, for sure. And I mean, Maya's going to be the primary ball handler. I wonder what is going to do. Maybe McKell coming off some pin down screens here to get her going a little more tonight. I mean, there she is with the baseline jumper, and money again.
There's a low. They keep those arms out wide. They're ready to play defense. They're ready to cover players who may be taller than them, but they're really showing their power.
Yeah, and I mean, Berman's really taken Meek off of her leash this year. I mean, she's been game after game dependable for the Skyhawks here.
Absolutely, she's been a strong leader.
Yeah, Manglois tries to drive inside, and her turnaround is an air ball as Dawkins secures a rebound, and Meek's going to take it up the floor. Meek's going to take it all the way and gets it.
Oh, and there's an example.
Shot.
There's that let's talk about earlier.
Yeah.
She's willing to throw her body in there just to get those points, and she just demonstrated that just now.
And I mean, we were both here to see that game winner against Central Catholic look oddly similar, splitting the double team and getting a layup.
Oh, absolutely. I remember that. She got that inbound. She just drove right into to get that easy layup and win that game for Southridge. That was definitely an old game for
McKell deflects that out of bounds. Here comes Jewel Miner for Vincent, and Amani for Maya Hoff.
Gonna get Maya before. She's already got those fouls. Gotta make sure we save her for the second half.
Yeah, I think that's what Bergman's doing, and checking in for Aloha is Simone Cataldo, who is the big down low being guarded by Dawkins. And Amani's gonna get her hands on that one and deflects it out of bounds towards the bench. As Mustafa Hoff, Maya's dad, who's been a part of the program for a long time, is talking to his players on the sideline. And I know he's played international ball, and
there's Miner on Rodriguez.
Yep.
Got that time to keep up.
And I mean, there's a rebound and a putback attempt by Cataldo, but it just can't fall. McKell does pick up the rebound now.
Here comes Jewel driving in.
Jewel gets it to Kylan, who's having a great game. And
oh,
that
it
shot
just rolls out.
Won't fall. That kind of inch out. They get the offensive rebound. There is
Blair. Oh, 6 that 3. There we go.
Let's see if this is the start of a scoring streak like she had against Central Catholic. It's now 31-1. I mean, Aloha is fighting, but the Southridge team is clicking on all cylinders right now and are afforded the opportunity to play some youth. Yeah. And in comes Rachel Powers for McCall.
All right, Rachel Powers. I was just watching her in that JV game. She's really a leader for that JV. She's getting some experience playing with this.
So this is her second game today?
Yeah, she has played 2 games today. She played a big game against the Aloha JV earlier, which took that win. And now she's out here playing for varsity, getting some experience, getting ready for future seasons with the Skyhawks.
I mean, this is a nice luxury that Bergen can have to play all these young players in a metro game like this for experience, because they will be needed.
Absolutely. I was talking to Rachel earlier today. She's talking about how she really loves being a leader for JV, but also being able to get experience on varsity, kind of being able to balance between two and understanding kind of what it's like to play on different types of teams. And that's something she has enjoyed doing this season.
Yeah, and Byers misses the layup on one end. Jules going to take a baseline now.
Oh, good pass there.
Finds Dawkins to Blair. And now Blair's going to take the attack, and it just banks it too hard off the back, and Byers with the rebound. Boscovich is being guarded by Blair as she tries to initiate the Aloha offense. Jack's doing a good job of staying in front of the man. And Boscovich drives in at Dawkins. He's going to pick up the foul, trying to contest that shot on help. So it'll be 2 shots as Aloha looks to add to their single point right now.
All right, we got 31-1 Skyhawks in the lead with 2:37 left in this second.
Yeah, and when I was talking to Bergman earlier, he was telling me that Aloha, they're a team not afraid to shoot the ball. And you can see that today. I mean, they're not falling, but they're shooting.
All right, we got Allison Morley checking in for Kaylin Blair.
Morley and Stellingworth is checking in. So Skyhawks looking at a bunch of younger players as they look to close out this half on a strong note. Boscovich going for her second free throw now, and that is going to rim right in for the second point of the game. I mean, this defense is just stifling.
And here comes Jewel Miner. She's bringing up the ball for the Skyhawks. All right, we have a bench out on the floor. We've got Stellingworth, we've got Morley.
We've got Morley there. She's going to dribble, picks it up right there, and now she's going to be trapped.
Oh, she's being double teamed by Aloha. Here comes Powers. Out to Stellingworth. Back to Morley.
And Julie requests the ball, gets it up the top of the key. You can see a lower zone right now. They're content with allowing the Skyhawks to have a few threes, but
looks like they're trying to figure out what they're trying to do.
Well, yeah, with this zone defense, what you want to do is you want to move the ball like the Skyhawks are doing, and you find that gap in the zone. They hit that, it's an easy bucket, and as you can see the Skyhawks trying their best to find that gap, a younger lineup.
Yeah, Aloha making it difficult, though. They're trying to really keep up with the Skyhawks.
Yeah, you can see Amani going up top. They're kind of in a triangle formation as the big, and she's going to take a dribble and shoot, which is just off.
Takes it back to Amani Reed. There it is. There's the second bucket for Amani on her 18th birthday.
And I mean, that's what she does best. Her high energy, she boxes out to the team player. You can see that on that and one there. She averages 4.9 rebounds a game. And I mean, her on the court, she has one of the highest plus minuses, which, while it may not show up much in the box score, shows how much she contributes. As Winchester gets the layup to fall, and it's back to Minor, who is going to find Morley.
Fast pass to Morley. Morley takes that shot and then sinks the bucket for 2 points.
Yeah, Morley hasn't been getting a lot of varsity time this season, but I have a feeling she'll get a lot of time during this game, which is great for the Skyhawks to get their players experience.
I couldn't agree more. That's going to be a really contributor for them.
Yes, for sure. And there's Jewel. She's going to strip it away from
Boscovich.
Boscovich.
Driving in. Here she comes.
She has Stellingworth if she wants her. She's not. She's going to go to the opposite side and miss it. But that was a great steal. Nice hands by Minor. Drives down the court. That's exactly.
Oh, Jewel frustrated with herself.
Yeah.
Try to get that basket up there.
But that's what Bergman wants to see. He wants to see his players get those strips, get those steals, and run. And that's what they've been doing today.
Absolutely. She definitely got that drive in there. She really got there. Just that double team really proves difficult. Here comes Jewel out for 3.
Yep.
Oh, just misses it on the rim.
She's been known for hitting those a little bit throughout her few years on varsity, but I think if she can dial up the consistency on those by her senior season next year, it would be a huge asset for the Skyhawks.
Absolutely. She's going to be a key next year on the varsity team. She continues. And here
And
comes
Van
Jewel.
Glock got
Driving
stripped.
down. Here comes Jewel Minor.
She'll have another go, and that one she
There it
slows
is.
down and she hits. It's 2 seconds remaining in the half. It's 37-4, and it's
15 seconds left on the clock.
And here comes Boscovich. She's going to take on Stellingworth, and that's going to be missed. But the rebound and put back for Simone Cataldo for 6, and the Skyhawks are going to have 5 seconds left.
I hear one more shot. Oh,
She's
and
going
the
to try,
foul.
but I mean, she gets fouled there as we're about to go into halftime. It doesn't look like they are in the bonus yet.
Don't got much time for got to probably do a quick play right here.
Yeah.
Do something quick. Got my rebounding the Minor.
It looks like they're just
Minor's going to go the half court shot.
I mean, that's what we're going to have in a few minutes at halftime here, but
All right, there we go. 37-6 at halftime. Skyhawks are showing a powerful start to this game.
it's been quite the start to the game. And looking at it right now, they're comfortable. They can give some players some playing time and rest up players before having a really important game against the Houston Beavers on the road next week. So that's, I'm Kyle Henry, and that's been the first half here at Southridge, a dominant one.
All right, thank you for joining us on the stream. We'll be back to you in the second half.
And I mean, we'll be keeping the stream on, so if you want to watch the people attempt half-court shots,
Oh, actually, Kyle, we got a unicyclers coming out.
we
onto
got
the court.
unicyclers.
We
You
got
guys
some
are going to be
unicyclers.
entertained. I mean, you won't get our sweet voices, but the unicyclers, I saw them at Mountainside the other day. They were very impressive.
Absolutely. This is a treat we usually have for. Oh, first we got Hawkettes
We got
coming
the
out on the
Hawkettes
field.
coming out.
These are a state ranking first champion dance team. They have gone first in their hip hop dance so far in the last few competitions. They're ready to try and get those state qualifying scores to continue.
And now we turn it over to them.
We got guys line up for a terrific battle here. All right, let's get in the center here and lined up. Okay, lined up there. Lined up. All right. Your Bow Unicycle Club here, ladies and gentlemen. Take them out. Take them out. And from the other side. Thank you, Dan, for supporting our little club. Take them out, kids. Thank you very much. And continue enjoying the ride, the game.
And yeah, and we're back here on the call. And once again, like I said at the beginning of the game, this is just a mock broadcast for us right now. We're practicing the camera setup, live streaming, and score, and it's gone smoother than we could have anticipated so far. We hope you are enjoying following along with us. We are hoping that we can build off of this, get some graphic packages in for you guys, maybe get a few halftime features when we don't have something nearly as entertaining as those unicyclers, and continue to build this from the ground up here at Southridge. But for it being our first practice run, it's been going well, so we hope you've been enjoying it.
Awesome. We want to say thank you from our sideline studio if you are viewing. We appreciate the support, as this is one of our first major broadcasts, and we hope you continue to view this game, as Skyhawks are going to be starting off the second half 37-6 against the Aloha Warriors.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. Other scores from around Metro, or really the only other one they posted to OSA8.org right now. Beaverton, who's the Southridge Skyhawks, play next week, are leading Westview 55-25. Once again, it will be a difficult game. I mean, they've tested the Skyhawks each of the past 3 years when the Skyhawks seem to be untouchable throughout 6A in the state. And I mean, they're hungry. I've talked to their coach. I've talked to some players this season. They're excited. Of course, they're saying one game at a time, but I'm assuming next week's home game against Southridge is one they've been waiting for, much like Southridge waiting to play at Mountainside and waiting to host Mountainside later here.
Absolutely. And we also got Cram the Cage coming up in a couple weeks. That is a big game for both the boys and girls varsity teams.
Yep. Who plays first?
I believe is the boys on Tuesday.
Yep.
And then we got the girls on Friday.
Yeah, so the girls will have Jesuit on Friday, followed by a post-game dance as Vincent gets the layup to go off the feet from Meek. Boys play Beaverton, and that's always a fun game, as the boys are currently at Aloha tonight.
And to give you exact dates for that game, we have the boys will be playing on February 11th, and then the girls will be February 14th on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I mean, boys still looking for that first win. Maybe they'll come back with it, maybe they won't, but I mean, it's been a season for them, I guess. Rodriguez gets the ball up top, guarded by Hoff. Rodriguez is going to try and dribble past her. Gets it to Byers. He's going to dribble baseline, takes a shot, and she gets that shot to fall. An impressive 2 points to start the second half for Aloha. And Vincent's going to find Dawkins, who kicks it out to Blair, who just can't get that three to go. Jackson cover the ball. Ball goes out to Hoff, who is guarded by Mangua. And Kalen's going to take on Boscovich, passes it out to Hoff, and Mikkel's going to get the free throw line jumper. That's going to roll right in for Mikkel.
2 more for Mikkel coming off for the second half.
Yeah, I mean, she's been something this year. That's going to be Rodriguez going to drive in, and Skyhawks are going to get the ball stripped, and it's going to be Dawkins finding Blair, who's going to drive in. Loses her handle on the ball, and it's going to be taken by Mangua. Dribbling up left. And she's going to lose it off her knee. That should be an over and back end. It is. Now, Aloha's playing without their best player tonight in Alexandra Porpora. They're number 4, 5'5" senior. Bergman called her Aloha's best player. She's aggressive, and she will shoot, and it's a weapon that the Warriors don't have available to them tonight, unfortunately. Hoff's going to take on the paint. Passes to Blair to Meek up top. Meek's going to take his throw past Ngwa. Finds Blair for the corner 3, and that one's going to rim just shy. Rebounded by Aloha. Hoff takes on Rodriguez, who drives. And the ball makes its way to Sierra Winchester, who just can't get the shot to fall. And kind of expanding on Hoff here. I mean, she's had her fingerprints all over this game. Like I said, she's missed most of the early portion of the season with a jaw injury, and she suffered one of those in the playoffs last year. But she's a 34.4% shooter on roughly 7 attempts per game, and she's third in the team in rebounding with 4.7 a game. So she's done what the Skyhawks needed her to do, much like the rest of the roster. And I mean, it's something Bergen has told me, that team cohesiveness that they have. And he's talking to his team now. I mean, up 41-8. Nothing much more he can do except keep his team's foot on the gas here. And Hoff is going to take over, taking the ball up top, and she's going to be guarded by Ngwa. Finds Dawkins, who kicks it out to Kaylin. She's not going to pull the trigger that time, but she gets it to Amani. Goes for the left shot, drop step. Can't get it to fall, but the Skyhawks get the rebound. Now Hoff is going to drive in, can't get it to go, and there is Dawkins for the putback here. Dawkins has been impressive for the Skyhawks as well, and she's averaging more than 4 rebounds a game, most of them coming on the offensive end. As Rodriguez looks to take on Hoff. She's going to take a dribble left. She leaves her feet, not knowing what to do with it. Hoff's going to get it. Passes it to Kaylin a little hard, but Kaylin recovers. Back to Hoff. Hoff's going to take the 3 here. And that one's just off as the Skyhawks can't get a shot to fall right now, but neither can Aloha. Rodriguez is going to get up. Or my bad, Ngwa, now it's Byers, and now it's Boscovich. He's going to take on Vincent here. Vincent doing well to keep her within an arm's length, but Byers is going to set that screen, which buys her some space, and now receives the ball. The ball's passed out wide to Ngwa, who just can't get that left corner 3 to go, and Skyhawks get the rebound. Hoff's going to take it down again. That's going to be Kaylin. He's finally going to let it fly, and she just can't get that one to go.
Rebounded by Hoff.
Again, just look at how long her arms are to get these rebounds and taps. I mean,
she's really reaching over those Aloha Warriors.
There's a reason she started as a freshman here. And, I mean, now Rodriguez is going to take it up, but she was a key cog on a team that won the title over Benson their first go-around.
Absolutely. Her sister, Natalie Hoff, graduated just a couple years ago, is definitely a big defensive player for the varsity. Yeah,
and I mean, now she plays at Seattle Pacific, and she's an asset to them there. And Benson's going to knock down the right corner 3 with confidence right there. But Natalie was a big cog of that first championship team 3 years ago against Oregon City, I believe, is who they played. And it was their first title, state title, and they put up 2 in the last 3 years. And they're looking to get back and make a deep run in Child-Center.
Absolutely, especially 2 years ago, they won the championship against Benson High School, but then last year Benson did come back and beat Southridge in the finals.
Dawkins is going to get the layup to fall on the feet from Blair. But yeah, that Benson game, I was there last year. Benson was determined to play the Skyhawks that game. They were fired up after losing 2 years ago, and they played the Skyhawks the best I've seen them, any team play the Skyhawks over my 4 years or 3 years at the time here at Southridge. They couldn't miss, and the Skyhawks couldn't get anything to fall. It was an impressive championship from Benson and Coach Eric Knox.
Very competitive, very strong teams on both sides, but there can only be one winner.
Yeah, as Dawkins gets a block with her hands straight up here.
All right, we got 3 substitutions for the Skyhawks.
Yep.
We got Minor for Kyla Vincent. We got Allison Morley for Dawkins.
Stellingworth's kind of come in, and Hoff looks like she is checking out. And then Hutchinson's going to check in for the Warriors here as they look to inbound the ball, as you can see. Now, Aloha,
good block by
over.
Reed.
Amani's going to get that right there. And Blair's going to take it up the court. And she has all the real estate she wants, and gets a minor who gets fouled going for the layup attempt there.
All right, Jewel Miner is going to go up to the line for 2 shots.
Yep. I mean, Jewel's going to get a lot of playing time in this game, and it's a great opportunity for her to kind of get those minutes at varsity level here. She played last year, of course, and like we've mentioned throughout the game, as she just rims that free throw out, she's going to get more of an opportunity next season. And when she's hitting her threes, I mean, she fires up the gym, of course.
Absolutely. She brings the spirit for the Skyhawks. She's out here for every single introduction, getting those handshakes, and she really brings some of that vibe into the gymnasium with Miss Southridge.
Yeah, she makes the second of her free throws there. And here comes Mengua, it's taken on by Blair.
I know, but you can do.
Skyhawks look to be more in the 2-3 zone, man zone here. Of course, they're frustrating Aloha as Delaware gets out on Rodriguez. And Rodriguez is going to try to take it to the basket, and there the active Skyhawks ball out of the ball.
All right, Lower speed inbounding that ball. That was allowed to tip by Skyhawks. We got Rodriguez trying to find one. Going out to Byers.
Yep, oh, and
And
that's
tipped by Reed. Oh, but back out to Aloha. Byers really chucking up there, trying to get that ball. Oh, tipped again by Reed. Trying to save it, but there's no good.
Yeah, she stepped out of bounds there. Great effort from the Skyhawks. I mean, you were at Mountainside last week. We talked about it a little bit. I was going to watch the boys play Mountainside, a narrow defeat. Exciting last few minutes, but you were at the girls' game, and I know.
That was a great game.
Yeah, what made it great?
Oh, this Skyhawks really feeling my vibe. They were ready to take on Mountainside. This is one of our biggest rivals here in the next year meeting. They were ready to take on Cameron Brink, who left in the fall to the Mountainside for her senior year. First time beating her again this season.
Yeah, it was, from what I heard, very exciting. All the players were definitely fired up, and the game couldn't have gone better from the staff perspective.
For 35 points, he really helped the Skyhawks get that victory.
Yeah, as Drew just misses that baseline jumper and the rebound goes to Aloha. I mean, there's been no shortage of impressive performances here for the Southridge Skyhawks. And Rodriguez is going to take on Stillingworth, gets that miss there, and Drew's going to get the rebound. Strip, and now she's out on a fast break, and she's taking on McGraw. She uses a great up and under move, and she gets that layup. The momentum to get Mengua off of her and get that up and under move going in transition.
Absolutely, this is what I like to see, especially when we're up so far. It's nice to see that these bench players get an opportunity to try to break in their minutes.
Yeah.
And Caleb Blair is helping lead these bench players.
Speaking of that, yeah, Blair's defense there. Oh my gosh, there's money Reed with the rejection. Wow, I mean, much like Bergen said, the blocks, the rebounds, the and ones have been there for Reed tonight. She may not have been getting the service you want, but she is just an epitome of a team player. Simone Cataldo gets to lay up the ball.
Absolutely, we got 36 seconds here, about to close out the third quarter. It has been a quick quarter. These Skyhawks have been keeping that ball moving.
And there's Amani getting that shot, and can't get that one to go, but we'll keep trying. As Aloha tries to move the ball against the stingy Skyhawks zone defense. It's not doing much now, but yeah, she did that. She got the step on her defender and took that baseline jumper, one that's been on and off for Aloha today. This time Blair's going to take on Cataldo. And she is going to have that one run out as the quarter ends. Skyhawks 51-12 are on their way to yet another Metro win. 5-0, getting into a more difficult part of their schedule coming up. They have at Beaverton, then they host Jesuit, who they beat by 20 last month, and then they have at Western. And then February 18th, that game is Mountainside. So it will be very, very interesting to see how that schedule plays out. If you want that high ceiling at Taz, you do not want to play Metro team on the way to Taz. You don't want to play some of the scholastic games. I mean, we saw them tested the last spot on 10th of January against the Southridge. There's different things in the past. great competition, great basketball. Beaverson's going to be there almost certainly. You got the Bensons, who are always a tough team. And there's Mingwa, she's going to get fouled if she's had Portland. It looks to be on her.
Absolutely. And then the mindset is always at Child Center. That is one of the biggest goals probably for every single basketball team in the league. Make sure you get that spot in the playoffs to play at the University of Portland.
Yeah, getting to the University of Portland, I mean, that's where every team wants to get, men's and women's. And the Skyhawks are looking to get there for a 4th consecutive season. Very impressive when you think about it. Mingwa's first free throw rings out, and she's going for the second one. That one also runs out, and the rebound is actually by Cataldo, who's going up on the glass. And the follow-up is taken. And eventually, it will be number 13, Kendra Hutchinson, with the rebound and foul on the back check.
All right, on the floor, we got all bench players. We got Susan Meyer, Allison Morley, Rachel Powers, and Stellingworth. And also going to make your first appearance of the game.
All right. I mean, it's great to see all these young players like you mentioned out on the floor. The future of this program, absolutely. They won earlier tonight, JV did. They had a great victory against Aloha's JV team. As the Skyhawks looks attack and fast break. Now with the ball behind their arc, looking like should be in the speed. Take on Rodriguez. He gets the ball. Out in the Aloha will be taking the ball. Rodriguez. He's taking on that Stellingworth. She's going to drive right. Rodriguez kicks it out to Hutchinson in the corner. And Stellingworth with the steal, and now she's initiating the pass. Yep, oh, the pass looks to be a little out of the reach of number 3 here.
Alright, coming in over there, we got number 13 coming in. Substitute by number 25, Winchester.
Yep, Winchester is in, Hutchinson is out as Laura and Rodriguez take the ball up court. That's going to be Stellingworth trying to lock on Rodriguez. She's done a good job so far tonight. And it's going to be Byers with that corner jumper. She likes that one. Doesn't fall. And now James going to get going. She gets stopped at midcourt. And a late call by the referee. Foul. Yeah, it's on Mingwa. I mean, with all these bench players and the starters on the bench, I mean, what an impressive lineup this is. You got Blair, who we talked about. She's second on the team with 3.5 3-point attempts a game. Averaging 6.6 points. She hit a 3-pointer earlier. She gets the ball out in the left corner. Pass to Stellingworth, tries to go high-low. Gets the ball back. Taylor has 1.7 assists per game. It's more space for the Skyhawks. It looks like she got clothesline there by Taylor as she tries to tap the rim. With 6 points left in the game, and it's been 51. Talked about Nick, of course, with Vincent. You mentioned earlier is having a career season here at her senior at Southridge. Driving 3.3 rebounds a game, second in the team with scoring 8.3, averaging 8.2 shots a game, which is a high for her time at Southridge, but she's been taking advantage of all the minutes she's been afforded by Durban.
So here comes Rodriguez.
Rodriguez attacks, and now it's back to Mingwa. And she's going to feed Cataldo down low with Jewel on her. It's going to be a size advantage.
Oh, we got a foul on Jewel on there.
Jewel has no option but to foul Cataldo right now. And right now, the Skyhawks don't have anyone in the game to deal with the size and strength of Cataldo. If Aloha feeds her, which I would expect her to do coming down the stretch, I mean, she can put this team on her back and at least help with this margin of the game, which is right now at roughly 38.
76 at first free throw.
Yeah, and checking in is Jay Albert, the freshman guard. You can tell they get ready to attempt the second free throw.
Got Powers and Stellingworth there on the box out.
Yep, and that second one's good too. I'd expect them to continue to feed Katala as the game goes on, as I mentioned, and here comes Jewel initiating the offense once again. I mean, in past seasons, she hasn't been one to initiate offense, of course, with Mattel here, and some of the guards the Scouts have had in the past when she's been coming off pin down and screens. As you can see her roll right there.
Oh, and then there's a travel play.
But you can see her coming off the screens and pin downs and maybe being more of an on-ball threat as she prepares for next season and a different way she can help the Skyhawks.
I think it's Rodriguez coming up the court against Stanford.
Yep, they got some good floor spacing right now. Minor stays into
Rodriguez. Trying to find help. Oh, but takes by Bowers.
And she finds Morley, who is guarded by Rodriguez. He's going to take the ball inside. And loses it to Rodriguez, who looks to start a fast break. Rodriguez is on her way down the court. And she's guarded by Morley, who is doing a good job of almost forcing a steal there. He fires, he passes it inside to Pichardo with the 1-1. And that should get another attempt at free throw. It's 51-17. And I mean, 5 minutes left, it doesn't look like the Stars will come back in, which is great with that game against Beaverton coming up. One worth going to Beaverton and seeing if you're a Southridge women's basketball.
One of the varsity members.
Looks like Henry will be down. Hopefully we can get a player, maybe Bergman if he's still there, but at least grab a player who's contributed today. Another way we're trying to work on and extend our coverage of basketball and other sports here at Southridge. As where's the mic? On the chair. She's going to start this game.
Do you know how to switch the audio? I do. Okay, switch the audio
and pass it up here. We find Stelling here. Going to be outside 2 powers. Back to Blair, he's at top now. Kind of moving the ball, holding it.
Yeah, you can do all the things.
Passes the powers here, who's up top, out to Morley. And Morley's going to drive with her left hand here. She has Blair open in the corner. She finds her. Out to Stellingworth, who's going to drive and find Morley in the corner. She's immediately doubled in that corner spot. Such a dangerous spot to be in as a player. That dribble and get cornered by the baseline and 2 players. The place coaches tell their players not to be if they can help it, but obviously it's easier said than done. As Stellingworth will foul Rodriguez as she attempts to dribble move.
Camera 3's back up. And then for some of the lowest upcoming games, they are playing before they have Mountainside, and then at Mountainside, then they'll be hosting Sunset, followed by Wake games at Buchanan and Jesuit.
Yeah, and I mean, unfortunately for Aloha, who is on a 10-game, soon to be 11-game skid right now, but like we mentioned earlier in the game, it is the Metro League. Cataldo goes for the post move right there and gets the ball. What a 4th quarter she's having.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's Jules going to initiate the offense once again, and I've been saying that a lot. And it's interesting to see what she's been doing on the ball as she finds Morley, who takes the left-hand jumper and just runs out, rebounded by Aloha. And with 3:30-ish left, you got 51 Southridge and 19 Aloha. And there's Cataldo again for another 2. As the Skyhawks, I mean, they're still comfortably up by 30, but Cataldo's just taking advantage of her size down low to get these buckets to fall. Definition of post play, Skyhawks gets to play, finding the corner, which is what you want to do against the zone defense. High post, low post. You find the ball in the corner, you get the rolling big. As you see Powers get the lay in there, but you got that high-low game, finding that soft spot where the big can either pass it down low, or the big can roll and be found by the player in the corner. So exactly how you want to attack his zone. It's nice to see this younger Skyhawks lineup working on zone offensive principles. After a jump ball forced by Aloha. There's Cataldo again. She's just taking advantage of his size, and that one's not going to fall, but she gets the rebound without jumping. There's the jump hook, and there is 2 more points for Cataldo.
The bench for Aloha is very excited.
I mean, didn't I call it when she went to the line at the beginning of the quarter with how she's feasting? I mean, you don't have an Amani in there. You don't have a Kylan, of course, resting for their next game against Beaverton. As Aloha gets the ball again. And here comes Rodriguez initiating the offense once again, being guarded by Stellingworth. She can't buy the separation she wants right now. And that will be Henry signing off of TV as he looks to go grab a player for you guys post-game. And Rodriguez is fouled going for the bucket. And the Southridge team trying to make their 4th consecutive state title game. It's hard to emphasize how important or how impressive that is for the Southridge lineup that Bergman's coached for a long time, and to be able to take them to have this type of success, especially after a coach such as Meek left the program for George Fox years ago. Here comes Jewel, coming back right side of the court. She has Powers if she wants her. And she has Morley if she wants her, but she's going to hold the ball, 1:49 left. Time she finds Powers. There's that short corner pass the Skyhawks are looking at. Like I mentioned, that high-low post game. You don't know how that's going to go. I mean, against teams like Mountainside and Beaverton, you want to know how to run that offense as well as that man offense. Because when you got him in man, of course, that's why you have a player such as Mikkel Meek on the floor who can break down any man-to-man matchup. And Cataldo goes for it again, can't get that rebound again. And we got players on the floor, and it's going to be called a jump ball. You can see the fight of this young lineup out here at the Southridge. Looking like they're having a great time, up 30 with just over a minute and a half remaining. It's been a fun night here at Southridge. Of course, Aloha's picking up some of the points now, but for a majority of the first half, they held them under double digits, which has been impressive as Morley looks to attack and gets fouled in the paint. As far as the boys go, like I mentioned, they are still winless as they take on Aloha. We'll know that result later on. But under a new coach in Scott Entinger, players love him. He's a different coach than Vessel, who recently stepped down after a little under 2 decades coaching the Skyhawks. But the players are just trying to find that first win, which has been tough. Because much like you're in the girls' game, the men's Metro League is a tough league. And of course, they have Beaverton coming up. They have, after that Jesuit, 2 very tough games. But they've been playing better as of lately. That Mountainside game, they brought it to within 2 within the final 5 minutes after trailing by as many as 12 in the 3rd quarter. As Stellingworth gets the steal, and she's attacking the left. And she tries to find Powers, it looks like, but that's just too high and out of bounds. Southridge will maintain possession, though, with under a minute left. I mean, both teams, I don't think there's been a bonus situation here. They've done well as far as foul trouble goes. Sounds like Bergman's calling for a 5-out inbounding play. As you can see, the screen's being set down low to get Jewel open. She's going to attack the paint, and her shot is off, and that's rebounded by Aloha. Rodriguez is going to come up the floor, being taken on by Stellingsworth, who's done a great job on her tonight. Passes to Byers, is going to take it with her right instead of to the baseline, and she can't get this shot to go either. They're approaching the final moments of this game. The Skyhawks are going to try and get it over that mid-court line. And now you can hear Bergman down low yelling for the high-low possession. I mean, if teams are going to zone Southridge this season, this is how they want to play, and they've been doing a good job of it with players that have been playing most of the minutes tonight than they have for the rest of the season. As Hutchinson attacks the hoop, can't get that shot to fall. My bad, that's Sierra Winchester. And with 6 seconds left, it's going to be a Southridge ball. They should just dribble it up. And that should be that, as Henry is looking for an interview as soon as the game ends, and we'll get you him as soon as he does. And Jules going to dribble this game out. It's going to finish 53-24 Southridge. Another impressive win here at Southridge High School. And the Skyhawks are now 5-0 in Metro. Drops Aloha to 0-5, but Aloha did show some fight with Homer having an impressive second half. Now, before I send out, we're going to get down to Henry, but it's been an impressive season for the Skyhawks after that shift in lineup, losing Cameron Briggs to Mountainside on a transfer. Players go back to their own benches. Just a loss for Aloha not to have Alexandra Papora out there for them, who, you mentioned, has been one of their better players, but their team with a bunch of potential. And now we have Henry, who looks to be with the birthday girl, Amani Reed. So we'll kick you down to him as soon as we are able to here. And I will let you go. And thank you to Henry for that one. Once again, we finished as the Skyhawks find their 5th Metro win. A special thank you to everybody who helped us out with our first broadcast tonight. Luca Mitchell, Inen Kichel, Ariana Lopez, Pepe Ramirez, Lucas Dryon, Hunter Mann, Amani Perez, Trisha Shoemaker, and a special thank you to our mentor, Eric Ballas, who was helping direct us tonight. We hope to have some more we hope to be producing more in the future. And stay tuned and follow us on Twitter. And a special thanks to our play-by-play and PR man, Benjamin Weinberg, who was throwing paper at me. So shout out to him. Thank you, everybody, for following along here from Southridge High School. This has been Kyle Pinnell and Henry Swin. Good night.